Today, we'll be decomposing the Einstein Trust Layer. Let's get into it. If you remember from last week's video, I made a bold claim stating that I thought Salesforce's approach to securing their use of AI was the best I've seen in the industry to date. Well, after carefully studying the trust layer, I'm here today to show proof to my claim. The trust layer is not a small topic, so to give each component the attention it deserves, I've split up the trust layer over the next 2 weeks. Take a screenshot of this and let's jump in. Now let's start off with an intro to the trust layer. The first thing you'll see on the outside is a light blue line called the Salesforce trust boundary. Then within that, there's another trust layer called the Einstein GPT trust layer. And at the very bottom, you'll see the knowledge base. This is typically all of the knowledge of the company that's working with Salesforce and all of the knowledge that that company wants GPT or any other AI model to have access to. Then on the bottom left, you'll see the pre-processing stage, and that includes the prompt studio. It'll include the dynamic knowledge grounding. I know it's called secure dynamic grounding on the slide, but the actual name referred to is dynamic knowledge grounding. Then you'll see prompt masking, and then finally toxicity detection. Then you'll see the processing stage that's right to the right of the LLM gateway, and in there you'll see the internal LLMs that are sort of sandwiched in between the two the dark blue bars. Then you'll see something called zero retention, and then at the very far right you'll see the external LLMs. And then finally on the top in the light blue boxes, that's the post-processing stage, which we'll read from right to left. So we'll start off with toxicity detection, then prompt demasking, feedback framework, and finally end it off with audit trail. Here are some key terms I think it's important for everybody to understand before we move forward. And I think that is holistically called prompt construction. Okay? So prompts are nothing but instructions that the user or the administrator of the LLM provide to the LLM, to the AI itself, in order to instruct it on how to behave when replying to a specific question or inquiry. Okay? So there are system prompts and then there are user prompts. System prompts are typically high-level instructional statements that tell the LLM on how to behave and how to reply in its responses. This is often the role of the administrator or the person who is in charge of the instance itself. Now, we haven't seen this sort of administrator as of yet, and I believe that without having seen the internals of Salesforce Einstein GPT, that role does exist. So that's a system prompt, and then a user prompt. User prompt is what we've all been used to. We've all entered into the interface of ChatGPT in the past. So the combination of the system prompt and then the user prompt is what allows us to provide instructions to the LLM to retrieve the best possible output. That's all for today. Join me tomorrow for the next part in this series. Have a good day, y'all.